Hello, friend, and welcome. If you're new here, I'm so excited to meet you, and I want to welcome you to the collective. And if you're returning, I'm so happy to see you again. I hope things are going better for you than in our last video. And right now, I really want to focus on if you're feeling just overwhelmed in the sense of, like, it's not that you're overwhelmed in your time, you just feel overwhelmed. You feel like the world is just, like there's this heaviness in your chest and you just can't find out where it's coming from. It's almost an overwhelm of emotions with no reason or no cause. And it's like, you feel like there's something about to happen, and it's like, what is causing this discontent? And really, it's about being in a state of discontent. That's what I'm feeling. So let's go ahead, as always, find the root of the issue. And then once we can find the root of the issue, we can focus on the solution. Drama Queen. Okay, so maybe that's exactly what this is. We're just making a mountain out of a molehill. Are you in a different phase where, you're feeling peace or quiet or tranquility? Not even quiet or tranquility. It's just things are going smoother, quieter than what you're used to. So therefore your brain and body want to make up drama because the drama would be easier than having this peace, this easement, this understanding that it is what it is. Freedom. All right. I literally was just talking about how we might be feeling this way because of freedom, because of feeling at ease, feeling peace, which is confusing because you're just like, this is what I always wanted, so why am I feeling this way? To be honest, this is a natural reaction to feeling free, to having freedom. It's almost like when we're in an uncomfortable situation, we at least know what to expect, we know what to do, we know what's coming. And right now, because we're free and because things are going well for us and things are easy, we're used to having to like expect something to happen, and now we're in an expectation of something like happening, and nothing's happening, so we feel like there's something wrong. Counseling. This card is always so overwhelming for me because it's just every time I see it, I think of the fact that we're just receiving too much advice, too many answers, we're getting too many messages, and we're just not listening to our own internal voice. We're not giving ourselves the chance to, hear our own thoughts and go within and realize that we know the answer all along. That whatever it is that we're looking for is already inside of us, and we don't need the external. We just need to go internal. And then we got Hater. And this card, I love the visual of this card because it's one of those things where it's like, who's really writing your story? Are you writing it, or is the hater writing it? Who's in charge of the screenplay? Who has the pen and who's acting? And it's real easy for you to say, yeah, but you're not in my situation. You don't know what they're saying. You don't understand what I have to go through. Hear me out. I worked in a situation where I was a daycare teacher and I was the lead teacher. And as the lead teacher, it's my job to train and teach my new aides what it is that you have to do in order to follow the regulations and guidelines as a teacher. Because state regs for being a, 1 to 5 year old teacher gets really involved really quickly. Like, you have to do so much more as a daycare teacher than you ever would have to do as a parent or as a caregiver outside of, state licensed agency. There was so many times when I got new aides that I was cast as villain because I was enforcing rules and laws that needed to be enforced so we wouldn't get shut down and in trouble. But because the people who were coming into my classroom were parents, and they would always say the same line over and over again, well, I guess I'm just not fit to be a mother because I couldn't do any of this stuff and I didn't do any of this stuff, so obviously I'm a terrible mother. And then that would be the story that they would tell everybody else, when it had nothing to do with how you raised your child, but everything to do with the fact that you're working in an establishment that has rules and regulations that dictate how we literally do everything. And if you didn't follow everything to a T, it's kind of a big deal. I mean, yeah, there are small things you could slide on, but I wouldn't be, having these situations and these problems with my aides about the small things. It was always the big things. So while I worked at the daycare, it would happen. Like every 6 months, I'd get a new aide. Every 6 months, I would be the villain. Every 6 months, people's attitudes and thoughts would change about me. And then around that 6 month mark, the new aide would go to a new classroom, and then all of a sudden, everything that aide was saying and complaining about, people were like, they're the ones that aren't listening. They're the ones that are messing up. They're the ones that are causing the chaos. They're the ones that are causing the confusion. Oh my goodness, Kirsten's had to deal with this for 6 months? Ta-da! I'm no longer the bad person in that story. Now, during that time, was the hater writing a story? Yeah, they were. Did I fall in line? Did I care? Did I, try to convince everybody else that I was the good person, that I was the one doing things right? No. A, I didn't have time and energy for that. B, I knew eventually that my character, my integrity would shine through and that theirs would be seen. It was always a matter of time. So when I ask, who's writing the story? Who's running the screenplay? Is it you or is it the hater? I don't care what they're saying. It's a matter of what you do. And it's a matter of your character showing up. And you taking that control back by doing and acting the way that you need to, that is right by you, that is right for you. As long as it doesn't hurt you or anyone else, that shouldn't matter. Keep doing you. Now I want to ask the cards. I'm going to ask for a specific event, to be honest, because I want to ask the tarot cards what it is that has us, like what event has us thinking that we can't reclaim our power, that our power is something to be given away, that our power is something that isn't ours to even claim. Because I feel like right now, we feel like whatever is going on, whatever we're in, we feel lack of power instead of empowered. And right now should really be a time of empowerment and not lack of power. So we have the 5 of Cups. So something happened. Not only did it happen, but it was big and drastic. You lost somebody. You lost something, a loved one, a friend. I mean, this could be losing a job. It could be a lot of things, but no matter what, this card is loss. And since that loss, it's been hard for you to remember and find a way. I get that. And because of this loss, actually, it makes sense that you are uncomfortable with this freedom and that you're expecting different things to happen or something to show up. Because for a while, I'm sure there was just thing after thing after thing. And, the only way to get past this is to walk through it. There's no way around grief. There is 100% no shortcut. You have to work through it. So understand that right now, what you're going through and what you're feeling feels uncomfortable because it's probably been a long time since you've just been in a place of peace. Just like I said in the beginning. Give yourself permission to understand that that's okay. Ace of Pentacles. Aces are new beginnings. Pentacles is not just about finances, it's about your time and energy because you spend time and you spend energy. The irony of this is I literally, with that 5 of Cups was saying that you're finding yourself in a new place of peace. The Ace of Pentacles is literally about you being in a new place where you have renewed time and renewed energy and maybe even renewed resources, where you have the ability to create and be whoever it is and whatever it is you want to do. There's no restraints on you as far as the material world goes. And that can be scary. It's that whole blank canvas effect. When you go to paint something or draw something and you just have white paper or white canvas standing in front of you, you're like, what do I do? I could mess it up. My first mark could mess everything up. And you can either be paralyzed or you can do something about it. The decision is yours, but that doesn't necessarily make it easy. Again, sometimes freedom is actually scary. Then we have the 3 of Swords. Okay? Again, disappointment, heartache. And normally, I'm not one to say the 3 of Swords is about heartache, but since we have the 5 of Cups already in play here, I'm going to say that whatever this is something that not only was a tremendous loss, it was, but it's something that also affected your plans of the future. It affected you and, it altered your course. It altered what it is that you thought you were going to do for yourself. And that's a hard place to be, because if you're planning on creating something or doing something with somebody, then all your plans and everything that you're going to do involves them, and all of a sudden that person's not there. It's like, what do you do with the leftovers? What do you do with those plans? Do you scrap them? Do you continue to do them? You don't just want to fill it in with somebody else, because that feels empty too. So when I see this Three of Swords, I understand that what you're going through has a lot to do with the fact that, there is a lot of connection as far as how you thought things through, how you communicated, how you understood things, and that's gone too. Let's lean into this Ace of Pentacles though. The Fool in its reverse position is probably the only card here that would really wrap this up and make it even more obvious about you being forced to go on a journey that you did not ask to go onto. About you having to really deal with something that is bigger than you. About something being taken or, loss, something. But here's the thing, whether you want it to be on the journey or not, you're on it. Whether you want it to be here or not, you are. So you have the opportunity to stay still, stay stagnant, and do nothing, which is miserable. Or you have the opportunity to move forward and walk forward. I'm going to put this card down because I want you to look at the whole picture here. This overwhelming feeling that I asked about in the beginning of the reading is really caused by freedom. And it's freedom and having the ability to be more us in ways that we didn't know we could be, that we also didn't ask for. And yeah, right now there's a lot going on because it feels like someone else is writing our story. Because we lost something that was very dear to us. We lost half of us in some way. But with that came opportunity to create and do new things. And you're going to be like, Kirsten, I didn't want this opportunity. I get it. But it was still granted to you. So are you going to utilize it? Or are you going to waste it? Because the Fool reverse, this is you choosing not to take the journey. But at some point, you need to move forward. Now I'm going to ask the cards, what is it that we can do to get us past this freeze state and into a place where we can enjoy the peace, enjoy the freedom, enjoy what it is that we have now, even despite the loss that we experienced? What is it that can help us find peace and happiness in this space? Rest. Maybe this is the first time you've had a chance to rest and you don't know what to do with it. So just take a nap. It's sometimes easier said than done. I get it. But the easiest way to heal and recover is just to rest. And if you don't want to sleep, if you don't want to nap, if you're tired of doing that, then find something that you can do that's still restful. Journal, crochet, paint. Those are active things, yes, but they allow your brain to rest. So even though physical rest might not be looking for what you're looking for, mental rest might be. Look for fairies. So this one is adorable and funny in the sense of it reminds me when I was a child and I would go snipe hunting. If you've ever gone snipe hunting, it's this made up thing that we get kids to do to leave us alone. But kids love it. And you tell them to do all these little clap your hands, go in a circle, stomp your feet and say, yeah, and you're gonna find a snipe. Sometimes kids find them, sometimes they don't. It's their imagination at play. And it's a lot of fun. So whenever I see look for fairies, it reminds me of snipe hunting. And if you don't believe in fairies, then find your own version of play. If you do believe in fairies, seek them out. See what they have to say. Allow some mischief into your life. Fairies are good for that. Fairies really just remind me to play. Nourish your temple. Self-care. What is it that your body needs right now? Do you need to eat food? Do you need to just take a shower? Do you need to rest? Do you need to get your hair cut? Do you need to just brush your hair? Does nourishing your temple maybe mean, get yourself dolled up and dressed up in nice clothes? Allow yourself to just feel pretty, to do something to feel gorgeous, to, just change things. Maybe avoid bangs. Unless bangs is your thing. But other than that, give yourself the ability to just do what you need to for yourself. Beauty ritual. Just literally saying that with Nourish Your Temple. So yeah, give yourself the ability to, get yourself into a better space, into a physical space. Paint your nails, do your hair, put some makeup on, find some clothes that make you feel confident and pretty. Even if you're not going to go anywhere. I don't know how many times I've literally decided, you know what, I want to look good today, and I just went to the grocery store. I mean, it's not like I was doing anything at the grocery store, I was just shopping, but like, I felt good about myself that day and I enjoyed it. Give yourself the chance to just, put some armor on for yourself. And beauty ritual doesn't have to be about putting on armor. It's more about doing what you need to do for you. But I always think about my outward appearance as, what I'm gonna do to just be me. And sometimes I really just need that extra boost. So for me, it's more like, emotional armor, but let it be an expression of who you are too. Beauty ritual can be an expression. It can be an expression of who you are at your core and who you are at your surface, and just have fun and be silly with it. I'll put that there. Now I just want to ask the cards for some encouragement to help us through this thing, to get past this next step, to help us lean into this creativity, to help us find peace in this freedom, to understand that we are allowed to be happy and that we don't have to be always waiting for the next thing to come at us to bring us down. Your instincts are good, you know the way. So this, again, it goes with what I was talking about with counseling. You don't need external validation. You already know. Just go internal. Trust your instincts. Give yourself permission to just do what you want to in the moment. It's like with the whole Nourish Your Temple. Do what you need to for yourself. If you need to play, play. If you want to paint your nails, paint your nails. You know what? If you want to get bangs, get bangs. Guard yourself against negativity by focusing on gratitude. This one's huge. And I want to remind you that while I say negativity, I'm not talking about feeling sad or angry or stuff like that. Like, your emotions aren't negative. They're just emotions. Guarding yourself against negativity is guarding yourself against thoughts that say, I can't do this, or this isn't right for me, or, I'm not doing it good. I'm not doing it right enough. I'm not enough. That's what we're talking about. And when you're guarding yourself against your inner critic, it's a reminder that by focusing on what's going good for you, what's right for you, by focusing on gratitude, it gets your brain to literally rewire itself to say, hey, I would rather focus on this. I don't care if the only thing going right for you is that you have a roof over your head and you have food in your fridge. Find gratitude for that. Or find gratitude for the fact that you have blankets and a bed to sleep on. Find gratitude for that. Find gratitude for the most basic things that you have, because the more you do that, the more you can find gratitude for, more things that you didn't even realize you have. Embrace the creativity you have within you. So that has been a subtle underlying message in this reading. Something about you needing to create. But I feel like the reason why it's been subtle is because the creation is supposed to come in a slow space. It's not like you're supposed to have a creative outburst that's just going to be amazing and you're going to find this amazing flow. I feel like the creativity that you're being asked to work through right now is meant to be slow because of the process that you're going through. Because it's to help you get through whatever you're going through. It's to help you find the true peace. And the creativity might just be that you paint one picture, a very simple picture, or draw something very abstract, or that you decide to go out and work in your garden and pull a few weeds, or that you turn on a song and dance a little happy dance for 30 seconds. Whatever your creativity is, embrace it. And allow it to happen in its own way, whatever that looks like. Don't expect perfection right now. Just embrace whatever comes to you. Seek comfort in those who are close to your heart. Once again, the last card wrapping up this reading so beautifully, because this is one of those things where whoever is close to your heart doesn't necessarily have to be with you right now in this moment. It could be a memory of a friend, of someone who loved you for who you were. It could be, you know, honestly, if you're me, sometimes it's my stuffed animals. I'm not gonna lie. I don't care how old I am. Sometimes those things bring me the best just comfort ever because they're always there for me. Maybe it's your four-legged friends. Maybe it's your cat, dog, whatever type of pet you have. If it's your friends that you can call them. If it's people you haven't talked to in a while because you've kind of distanced yourself and you don't even know if they still care, reach out to them. I bet they still care. I bet they're just waiting for you to open up to them about whatever's going on. So seek comfort in those who are close to your heart. Isn't necessarily about, you know, who you're close to right this second. There are people who still love and care about you. And there are people who want to help you and see you succeed. And if you don't believe me, know that you're not walking this path alone, that what you're going through, there's a whole collective here supporting you and wanting you to succeed just as much. And you're not the only one that's gone through this either. So if you have questions or you don't know what to do, write it in the comments. Let people help you and let you help other people by asking questions that they might have as well. And if you're really unsure about what your next steps are or how to navigate this piece, I do have a link in the description below for private readings. I'd love to help you through this. I do still have some available dates. And I just want to let you know I'm proud of you. I'm so proud of you. I'm proud of you for making it this far. I'm proud of you for walking as far as you have, for having the courage to get up and do what you've done every day to the point where now you're freaking out because you found peace. Which seems counterintuitive, but that's where you're at, and it's a natural part of the process. So I'm proud of you, and I really can't wait to see you in the next video and hear how your story has progressed. I wish you the best of luck. I know you got this. I love you so much. Can't wait to see you again soon. Bye-bye.